video. Scored 2291, which is pretty bad. Had a terrible week this week. I mean, a couple of bad things. I mean, we'll look at the team. I mean, it's I'm rated now 609. I dropped about 200 rating points. It could have been a lot worse. If that's the case, it's not the worst thing. Anyway, let's have a look. I've got Sinclair 133, Sicily 114, Hewitt at 94, Lloyd 96, Short back to 100, Chris 91. So the defenders did quite well considering. I will take 90s any day of the week. That's fine with the odd 120s, 130s there. Led 154. Some people, congratulations, you took the captaincy of Led. I think only one person did. Miller 110. Neil 121. I took the McRae VC, scored 128. Brayshaw only 96. Mill's got 116, so he's bouncing back. He scored 130 last week and then 116 this week. Quite happy. Swung Parker to the midfield. He's only scored 92. Cripps only 84. But when Pitternet comes in, I think Pitternet and what's his face? Pitternet and McGovern are coming back next week. The two bigs, so they're going to help Cripps not go in the ruck. And you'll watch Cripps hopefully will bounce back towards now and the rest of the season. I'm thinking he'll start averaging 120 plus for the rest of the season. So don't be surprised if he bounces back there. Only because now he's been, like, since, Carlton's been written of injuries, he's been filling the holes. Same as Savani in the Blues anyway. That's enough about the Blues. But yeah, I'm expecting Cripps to bounce back. Gorn 50. Doesn't like hot weather, I heard. But it could be still sore. So if he's just taking it easy, that's fine. I mean, he can go bad this round, just not in the finals. We just don't want him to go too bad in the finals. We want him to bounce back. Which 78, which is a bit low as well. I don't know what happened there. Bonapelli 181. I did think for a whole 5 seconds of putting Bonapelli as the VC, thinking what if, but I ended up going McRae. Cognier 94, 95. Funny how Whitfield was injured. He was out. So luckily we did trade out Whitfield, even though he started bouncing back, thinking, he's going to keep scoring. English we brought in, and now he's only scored 51. Terrible times with the ruck. All three ruckmen that we've got is bad. But congratulations for that Gary Ablett. He actually brought in Goldstein, which I did think of bringing in Goldstein, but I thought English was too good to pass up anyway. Same as Gorn, but not this round. But anyway, a lot of guys, Petrarca even scored well this round. Some of you guys that hold him, I don't expect Petrarca to keep averaging quite as high as he is, especially with Oliver bouncing back. So, I really think Cripps should start scoring like Petrarca, and then Petrarca start scoring like Cripps in the next few rounds. That's what I've gambled anyway. Brody only 84, but everyone's got Brody. Dunkley only 80. Dunkley's been underwhelming. He's been scoring some and then bad, and then Durden was 15. He was my cover for, he was my cover and for Oliver, and unfortunately he fell short. I don't even remember seeing him once on the game. Like, I watched the game for about half the game. I don't remember him seeing him on the field at all. But that's what it is. I mean, this was a terrible round. Like we saw last week, 100. We got 100 last week. We got up to 200 last week in rating points. With the rank, and then so this week dropped down another 200. So it's not going to take too long to bounce back from here. I mean, all it takes is if this week and last week are just bad weeks, and then we start scoring really well, we can take that. We don't want to score too well now and then fade out. We want to actually have some bad scores now, and then towards the end, start scoring quite well in the season. So at the end of the season, so hopefully these guys are just having their tough matchups now, and then near the end of the season, they will start bouncing back. And not sure what's wrong with the SUPERCOACH, but can't see the head-to-heads. I'll do another video in the future, purely for the league as well. So maybe tomorrow or the following day, I will look at just doing a video on the live ladder for the league and the head-to-heads and see how everyone went. So at the moment, we'll just do my team. Going forward as well, I'm just expecting Oliver to come back. So, optimize your team is the easiest way to do it. And my team looks so much better now all of a sudden. And we'll swing Cripps back on the field. Parker's on the field. Rioli back for Cripps. And this will be the team that has to get it done. I mean, for me, that is. And we're just got to see towards the end and move forward from here. Gawn's going to be dropping down a lot of money as well. I know at the start of the season when I was thinking of not getting Gawn in, a lot of people thinking, oh, Gawn won't drop down in price. Well, this is the reason why you don't bring him in at 700,000. Look at him now. He's 551. He scores a 50. He's going to drop even more. So even when look at Mills. Mills was almost getting up to 700,000. So and now Oliver's going to be at 722, and he's only going to go down from here. And even by end of season, he might even be sub 600. It's just the way it goes, and you've just got to pick them the way they are. At the moment now, what we're doing, what I'm doing actually, is keeping an eye on all these players outside this league playing, seeing if they can score well. I'm saying like all these, like not Dunkley, but people like Howard and other people outside. All these players in the defence line, forward line. Just trying to pick my team for next year. Even just keeping an eye out people that are starting to score well now, that are turning it up. And that's what you can do, is just keep an eye on these guys. And if they have a really good strong to the end of season, could be a hint that next season could be their breakout year as well. A lot of people, if you watch a lot of other streamers or people recording Supercoach as well, they may think, oh, this guy's going to go well, like Mills, for instance. Year or two ago, someone had him in the in the defense line, and he absolutely did poor. But they were on the money with him. So some of these players that get, they go underwhelming. You can think about getting them in the future, and then everyone else has forgotten about them because they're so sour that they went bad the one season, where you could be ahead of it and put them actually in. That's the whole Laird issue too. I mean, many people would have went, I'm going to go Laird because he was a defender and he's not worth being a midfielder. McRae did the same thing. He went from forward line to the midfield. So some of these guys in the defence line, and like Sinclair, do we have Sinclair maybe in the midfield next season? You know what I mean? So we're just got to keep an eye on some of these guys and just work it out and just slowly just generate your own team in the background. I mean, it's a bit way too early for that now, but I'm just showing you what I've got in my mind, what I'm thinking about, and that's just looking at certain players and seeing how they score now. Because my team, all the hard work's done now for the season for me. Just got to wait it out. Next season too. Not next season, but next round, I'll have ideas of also swinging Durden in and out. So depending if anyone plays like a Rioli, McInnes, I don't think McInnes will play, or our Owens, Durden. Some of these guys that score quite weak, you could probably have in the emergency. And then if they do score well somehow, like 80 plus, 100 plus, depending where they are, you could possibly swing them around and get that. And that difference to, 50 points difference to each player can be pivotal, especially with the, Bonapelli, 362 opposed to, what do we get? Opposed to 256. So that's a big difference, isn't it? So it's like 110. That's like 110 difference. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, I've ranted on for a bit. Good luck, guys. The main thing is I didn't cop any injuries at the moment. So, anyways, guys, like I said, I'll do the videos in the upcoming days where we'll talk about the leagues and the head-to-heads. Because the site's being a little bit funny. Alright, thanks, guys, and I'll catch you next time.